Shabbat Shalom preparation. We are just, I don't know, about 6-7 hours away from sunset, bringing in the Shabbat. And so I'm finishing a few assignments, and I just want to share with you the lesson objectives for the week and the focus that I've been in the space that I've been personally analyzing my church's philosophy and purposes in sponsoring short-term mission trips, understanding that one person's perspective, just one person's perspective of poverty impacts actions, okay? And 3, discerning how one's helping may hurt individuals and community. So there's actually like, you may think that you're doing something good, what God wants you to do, whatever. But if that's not his plan and will for your life, and you overstep God's plan when it comes to ministry, and you just do, and you just say, and you just act instead of fasting and praying about it, it's not going to be effective. In fact, you're going to turn people away. So it would behoove you to, when you are in urban ministry, to truly understand the context and the emotional, spiritual warfare that the disadvantaged and unbelievers are facing as you are sharing the love of Christ. And I'm learning that I can't be like, how do I say this? Like, let's put, for example, domestic violence. I have had an experience with DVs in my childhood, upbringing, all the way up until adulthood. And then I experienced DV as an adult, actually just last year, 2020 to 2021, for like 5 months. So I understand situations. I get it. I completely understand. But because I've been through it, and because I was raised in an environment that wasn't like cuddly and like, oh, I love you, come sit on my lap, how was your day? Here's some cookies and milk after school. I did not have that. So for me to be that, it's like I have to consciously remember to be loving and kind, But when it comes to DVs, and you're telling me that baby daddy is becoming aggressive, baby daddy is manipulative, baby daddy is narcissistic, let me tell you, statistics show that there is a huge possibility that baby daddy may kill you and your children. That's just the reality of the evil and the wickedness that we are living amongst right now here in this urban city of Chicago. This week alone, I've read at least a handful of stories of a woman stabbed overnight and they found her body the next day. Like, first of all, who found her body? Because ain't nobody really check up on you when you're living in these city buildings. You know what I'm saying? And her neighbors didn't hear any commotion or someone getting stabbed to death. Like, these windows are thin enough. These walls, most buildings in the city are thin enough to hear if there is a murderous altercation going on next door. I need y'all to be a good neighbor. If you think your neighbor is getting abused, even if you're wrong, it's okay to be wrong, but I'd rather be wrong than not call 911 or do something if I hear that someone is literally about to be murdered. So we've got to be better neighbors. But before that even gets to that height, we have to give wisdom and share our discernment with others when it comes to red flags, when it comes to praying for the strength to overcome the stronghold of manipulation and narcissism, because those are spirits. The spirit of abuse, the spirit of narcissism, the spirit of manipulation, that is real. And so when someone is coming to you as a battered victim of domestic violence, of abuse, domestic abuse, of verbal abuse, of manipulation, of narcissism, if it's a repeat offender, if it's a repeat thing, and it's been more than a couple months, I get how frustrating it can be. And I've heard stories of women ending up dead, children ending up dead, because no one interceded and prayed and was literally loving with affirmation. I want you to stay alive. I don't want you to have to go to trial. I don't want you to have to call the police every single time, because they don't really do anything about it anyways. No offense to my friends that are in PD. But to be honest, my experience with orders of protection do not actually protect the victim, honestly. It might put a little bit of like, ooh, I don't want to get, but to be honest, at first, that order of protection did not protect me at all. So I get it why women don't seek help or stop in the process or don't end up going to court or don't end up waiting a year for their own justice. I get that. I get the frustrations. I get the fear. I get not being able to go the same route or do the same things, changing up your entire life and your entire identity of what the stalker, abuser, harasser, baby daddy, whatever knows, because legit, they will, once an abuser, those abusers have a different mindset. Remember, they're evil and they're wicked. And yes, Jesus came to save them, but if they ain't trying to get saved, if they're not in that realm of seeking him, the situation will only get worse. Yes, we can pray, oh God, yes, save my sister from this domestic violence. But is that really effective? No. You got to tell your friend, your neighbor, the people that you're ministering to, if you do not move your own 2 feet to start walking to that front door, the only way you're going to leave this house is through a body bag or by an ambulance. God forbid. I am tough love. Doesn't mean just because my deliverance is very aggressive, my bad. I'm learning. I'm doing my best to be more kind in my tonality. But the reality is, from a victim of being traumatized, hit in the head multiple times, as a child and as an adult, all these things, like, I get it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's okay. No. It's not okay. Where you're staying is not okay, and something needs to happen physically in the physical realm. I either physically need to come get your butt and take you to somewhere safe, which that's the issue too. Pray for shelters. Pray for places we can take people, because we can do all the talking and praying and tell them to get out. But if you're not going to house them, if you're not going to put them up on your couch for a couple days till you can find them some shelter, then you really can't be ministering, because they need a place out. And these shelters these days are dangerous. They're not equipped to what they say that they are. A lot of organizations are not 100% operating in the realm of God. And that's why God sent me to this city to do the best that I can and be as loving as I can, be as patient as I can, so that I don't hear or read a story of another woman who was murdered by baby daddy and killed the 2-day-old. This guy killed his baby mama, and then he took the 2-year-old and he murdered the 2-day-old. My bad. This baby was 2 days old. God allowed this woman to be pregnant. God allowed her to deliver the child. God did not want that child to die. But because of sin and evil and manipulation and spiritual influences that have been here for thousands of years, just as long as this earth has been in existence, so has sin, so has evil, so has murder. And I'm so passionate because I want you to stay alive. I don't want you to have to deal with the trauma and the healing. It takes a long time. We ain't got time to heal anymore. Honestly, we don't. So red flag is red for a reason. Shalom. Got homework to do. I just had to let that out. I love y'all. If I speak to you and you feel like it's aggressive, I apologize now, but I'm speaking with love. I want you to stay alive. If you need a place to put up or whatever for a couple days, hit me up. I'll find you a safe space the best that I can. But we got to work together on this. We got to work together. God will give you strength. Jesus knows what you're going through. You hear me? I'm gonna make myself cry now. I love you guys. Shalom.